vegetables in French. There were 10 vegetables we had done. Today, we will begin by looking at les legumes, okay, slowly. So please do take down notes while the video presentation on the legumes is going on. Okay, I will also be discussing with you once we have viewed it. So the vegetables in French or les legumes.
Les tomates, les aubergines, les haricots, les carottes, les asperges, les courgettes, les concombres, les endives, les champignons, les radis, les poivrons, les poireaux, les piments, les pommes de terre, les petits pois, le maïs,
Okay, I think I
See, the
need
world
to,
has changed. You don't need to sell an
I think we need to go through it slowly, slide by slide, where I talk about the names of the vegetables one by one.
Bonjour et bienvenue. In this video, we are going to...
No, this is going to come later, sorry. Excuse this advertisement, sorry.
जहां उनकी नजर हो आप
Yes. Les legumes,
les légumes,
of Rossi. So I'm going through it slowly now.
les tomates,
Okay, let me pause it. Les tomates. Okay, now this is given in the plural form, as you can see, les. So that's the plural, les tomates. So the tomatoes. So here the plural is given, tomates. If I write the singular, then what will I write? Le tomate. Le tomate. Tomate. Please note that down. Le tomate. If it is singular, then I will write le tomate. This is plural, so I'm writing les tomates. The next one
les aubergines,
is les aubergines. Les aubergines. This is, what is it? What is this one? Les aubergines? Somebody tell me.
Brinjal.
Yes, this is brinjal. Correct. So again, this is the plural. So les aubergines. Les aubergines is the plural. So the brinjals. So if you write singular, then you will write le aubergine, or you will write l'aubergine. Okay, because this is one vowel and that followed by another vowel. So what you will write is, I'm writing it down in the box, L apostrophe aubergine. That is brinjal. We call it brinjal. Actually, Europeans call it, or Americans, they call it eggplant. Okay, l'aubergine. So if you write singular, you will write l'aubergine. Okay. Uh, Next one.
Les haricots.
Learico. Lesarico. Okay, this is plural. Lesarico. So if I write singular, then I will write lo arico. Okay. Now H being silent. Now what is this? This one is what? Lesarico. What is it? Can you identify?
Beans.
Yes. Good. Okay. Yeah. Lesarico is beans or green beans. Okay. Right. So singular will be larico. Okay. Next one.
Les carottes.
Les carottes. So I don't think it needs any magic to say that this is what? Carrot. So les carottes. Les carottes, again, this is plural. So if you write singular, it will write lo carrot. Lelocarott. Carrot. The spelling is different from English, slightly different. So please note that because when you try writing French for the first time, if you don't know the spellings, what will happen is that you might mistake English spellings for these spellings, but these are different. So lo carrot is singular, Lelocarott, carrot. That is singular, and les carrot is plural. Okay, next one.
Les asperges.
Les asperges. What is l'asperge? Les asperges. What is les asperges? This is anybody?
Asparagus.
Okay, very
Asparagus.
good. Great, great. Okay, so l'asparagus again, L apostrophe is as. Look at the spelling carefully over here. Then it will be asperge. Asperge. L'asperge. Okay. L apostrophe asperge. L'asperge. Okay. This is asparagus. Right. Let us proceed. Next one.
Les courgettes.
Les courgettes. What is les courgettes?
Les concombres.
Oh, sorry. Asperge.
Les courgettes.
Les courgettes. What is les courgettes? Anybody having some idea? So le courgette would be singular. Okay. I think this courgette, nobody has any idea? This is what the Americans call zucchini. So you heard about zucchini?
Yes.
Yes? What is zucchini actually?
It's a vegetable. It
vegetable.
has variants, 3 variants.
Okay. Is it something like cucumber? Close to it, but slightly different. Right?
Somewhat like it.
Somewhat like it, yes. Zucchini is actually not a term that we use so much, but in America, they tend to use it very much. And you will find that in the, recipe books, often the term zucchini is used. Okay, right. Let us then move. Next one is
Les concombres.
the concombre. This is cucumber. Again, the spelling is a bit difficult. Please note that this is plural, les concombres. So singular would be le concombre. This is the singular, le concombre. And this one is plural over here, les concombres. Okay, let's see next one. It will be like this, l'endive. So anybody able to identify what is this l'endive? No, this is chicory. L'endive is chicory. I don't know how much we use it for, but in coffee sometimes there's a mixture of chicory. Okay, all right. Let us go on to the next one.
Les champignons.
Les champignons. These are again they are identifiable from the picture. What are they? Les champignons.
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms. Very good. Very good. So le champignon. So if I put it singular, then it will be le champignon. This is mushroom. Mushrooms. They are supposed to be a delicacy. Yes. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Sorry. There was a loss of connectivity. Let me get back to the video once again. Yes, we were doing le radis. Okay, that is radish. Le radis would be singular. That is radish. Okay, you note that. Let us proceed.
Les poivrons.
Les poivrons. What is les poivrons? What is poivron?
Capsicum.
Bell peppers.
So bell peppers.
Bell pepper. Right. Correct. So poivron is bell pepper. Let me just note that down. Le poivron This is bell pepper, and that is not mentioned over here, but I'm just adding that. Suppose I write, now remember the colors that I have taught you. Suppose I write poivron vert. That means what? Vert is which color?
Green.
Green, right. So it will be VERT, not VERT E. It is because poivron is masculine. So poivron vert is green bell pepper. Let me just note that down. Yes, poivron vert is green bell pepper. Okay. Suppose I write poivron rouge. What is that?
Red bell pepper.
Red bell pepper. Right. Very good. Poivron rouge is red bell pepper, and the other one is poivron. What will I write? What will I write for the third one? You know the color.
Jaune. Poivron
Jaune.
jaune.
Jaune. Yes, jaune. Poivron jaune is yellow bell pepper. Right. So if you find these ingredients in a recipe which is written in French, you will not have any difficulties now understanding that poivron vert is green bell pepper, poivron rouge is red bell pepper, and poivron jaune is yellow bell pepper, right? So haven't you made some advancement in learning? What do you say?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah, good. So let's go on to the next one.
Les
What is it?
poireaux.
Les poireaux. This is kind of what will you say?
It's leek.
It's leek. Correct. That's the one. Le poireau. This one is plural. Again, we have to write that in singular as le poireau. Poireau. This is leek. Correct. Okay. Next one.
Les piments.
Les piments. This is easily understandable. Piment is the singular. Les piments is what? What do you call it?
Chili.
Chili pepper. Yes, that's right. These are especially hot ones. Okay. Next.
Les pommes de terre.
Okay. The basic vegetable without which we cannot do, or we can hardly do without it, that is the potato. Le pomme de terre. Pomme de terre is potato. Okay. Next.
Les petits pois.
Les petits pois. What is petit pois? Peas, right?
Green peas, sir.
Green peas, right. The petit pois is green peas. Right.
Le maïs.
The maize, that is maize or corn, rather. This is corn. I think better we call it corn instead of maize. Corn. Okay, the term for rice is not given over there. But anyway, rice is not a vegetable like in that sense. But anyway, it's a cereal. But still, I will mention that to you. Okay, au revoir. So finished. So what are the vegetables that we have got from this consideration of ours? We have got. So what was the first one that we got? Let us just have a quick recap. First one,
Les aubergines.
no, I think that was the second one. The first one was aubergine came second. What
Les
was the,
légumes.
this was the legume, obviously. The first one that we had was
Les tomates.
the tomate. Okay, yes. So tomate first, that is tomatoes. Aubergine, that is uh, aubergine, or we call it eggplant or brinjal, whatever it is. That's the second one. What was the third one? Troisième légume. Quel est le légume troisième?
Les aubergines.
L'aubergine, c'est deuxième. Quel est le légume troisième?
Les haricots.
Les haricots. Okay. The haricot, the haricot vert, that is beans. Okay. Quatrième légume, quel est le légume quatrième? Après haricot? Après l'haricot? Après le haricot? The,
Les carottes.
les carottes. Les carottes. Les carottes est quatrième. Les légumes quatrième et les carottes. Quel est le légume cinquième? Le légume
Les
cinquième?
asperges.
L'asperge. Quel est le légume sixième? Après l'asperge. Après l'asperge,
Les courgettes.
les courgettes. C'est zucchini. C'est zucchini. Après les courgettes, les huitièmes légumes.
Les concombres.
Les concombres. Ok. Les concombres, c'est. Qu'est-ce que vous dites concombre en anglais? Qu'est-ce que vous dites concombre, les concombres en anglais? En anglais? Qu'est-ce que vous dites?
Les endives.
Ah ah, non. Répondez mon question. Qu'est-ce que vous dites les concombres en anglais? Monsieur et mademoiselle dans la classe française? Monsieur et mademoiselle, qu'est-ce que vous dites en concombre en anglais? What was the question? Qu'est-ce que vous dites? What do you call the concombre in English?
Cucumber.
Right. So that's what I'm asking, and nobody's answering. What was there after cucumber? Poivron? We have
Les endives.
oh l'endive. Okay, l'endive, and after l'endive, after l'endive, what did we have? Yes, this is the l'endive. After l'endive,
Les champignons.
les champignons. That is Qu'est-ce que vous dites les champignons en anglais?
Mushroom.
Mushroom.
Mushrooms, right. C'est correct. Absolument correct. Excellent. Après les champignons, quel légume?
Les radis.
Les radis.
Radish.
Radish. Okay. Après les radis, quel légume?
Les poivrons.
Les poivrons. Okay. Qu'est-ce que vous dites les poivrons en anglais?
Bell peppers.
Bell peppers. Right. Qu'est-ce que vous dites les poivrons rouges en anglais?
Red bell pepper.
Red bell pepper.
Right. Correct. Qu'est-ce que vous dites les poivrons jaunes en anglais?
Yellow bell
Yellow
pepper.
bell pepper.
C'est correct. Excellent. Qu'est-ce que vous dites les poivrons verts en anglais?
Green bell pepper.
Green bell. C'est correct. Excellent. Après les poivrons,
Les
quel
piments.
légume?
Les poireaux.
Les poireaux. Leek. Ok. D'accord.
Les piments.
Les piments. Après, c'est piments. Le chili. Après les piments, quel légume? What comes after this?
Les petites pois.
Les petits pois. Les petits pois. Ah.
Petits pois.
Les petits pois. Qu'est-ce que vous dites les petits pois en anglais?
Green peas.
Green
Green.
peas.
C'est correct. Excellent. Après les petits pois, what comes after petits pois? Le pomme de terre. Le pomme de terre. Qu'est-ce que vous dites le pomme de terre en anglais?
Potato.
Potatoes. Right. Correct. Are there any vegetables left? Or have we finished?
So les maize.
Oh, the maize. Okay, the corn. Okay. Fine. Okay. I will be giving you the names for rice and others. After all, we have to look at some cereals also, but that will be a separate list. Fine. Good. I think we got some basic, we learned something very basic by looking at the vegetables and a little bit of, responding to questions in French also with that. So that was good for us. Let us look at something equally basic and important, which we have tried to outline in some of the previous classes when we were looking at the story of Jean and Marie. This is giving a brief self-introduction or telling something about yourself. Okay, so let us look at a video about this today.
Bonjour et bienvenue. In this video,
Can you see the video? Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
fine.
sir.
All right. Fine.
we are going to do some GCSE speaking practice for theme 1, topic 1, me, my family and friends. I am going to give you a top mark example answer to this question. Parle-moi de toi. Tell me about you. Talk about yourself. So let's see how we get on. Now remember that if you want the guide for this video, consider becoming a member here on YouTube by clicking on the join button and visit my website learnfrenchwithalexa.com for the complete French course. Okay, you're in the exam and the examiner says, Parle-moi de toi. So, what answer are you going to come up with? This is my suggested answer. Of course, it's a suggested answer. You don't have to answer that necessarily. But this answer will show you a few grammatical points that you may want to use in your own answer, okay? For all the questions, by the way. Now, let's have a look at what I have answered to Parle-moi de toi. Talk about yourself. Je m'appelle Alexa, j'ai 16 ans et je parle anglais et un peu français. J'ai 2 sœurs qui sont plus âgées que moi et j'habite avec ma famille dans le sud de l'Angleterre depuis très longtemps. Plus précisément à Greenwich. Je suis fière de ma famille. Now, you may say, well, where's the difficulty in that? No, because it actually looks quite simple. But it has all the elements to give you quite a high mark in the exam. Why is that? Well, let me show you what it has. Now, remember that you might not know that, but ideally, I would like you to include conjunctions, okay? I would like you to include adverbs. I would like you to include the right tenses as well. If the question is in the present tense, answer in the present tense. If it's in the past tense, then your answer should be in the past tense. Sometimes you can use conditional like that, not necessarily, guided by a conditional tense. So use the tenses appropriately. Use negation if possible. Use comparatives. Use the right pronouns, okay? And then your answer will be marked higher. So why is this answer a good answer? Because it has a lot of the elements I've just mentioned. Je m'appelle Alexa, j'ai 16 ans et je parle anglais et un peu français. Well, there is no difficulty here, but what I've done here is I've added un peu to my sentence. Like I've modified it a bit, okay? I speak English and a bit of French, okay? And what I've done as well, I've used j'ai 16 ans properly. Now, I've seen it so many times that when you want to give your age, you tend to say, I am 16. Je suis 16. Doesn't work. It really doesn't work in French. Remember that to give your age, use avoir in the present tense. And that means that you must know avoir, to have, être, to be, in the present tense by heart. So, j'ai, tu as, il a, elle a, on a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont. Je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, on est. Nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. That should be learnt by heart. It's really important. That will help you conjugate in the past as well. They are known as auxiliary verbs, by the way. So the beginning of this answer is quite okay, but it's not perfect. So go on and develop your answer. J'ai 2 sœurs qui sont plus âgées que moi. Now, the difficulty, I can see 2 difficulties here. The fact that I'm using a relative pronoun qui, okay, that of who or which. I have 2 sisters that are, who are, okay, and here's another difficulty. And this is where me telling you again that knowing how to conjugate to be in the present tense is really important. Because if you didn't know how to conjugate to be in the present tense, you wouldn't know that after qui comes sont here. Okay, why is it sont? Because the subject is deux sœurs. They are, elles sont. Okay, elles sont. So knowing the subject pronoun will help you know what comes next. With elle or il, it's sont in the plural. With je, it's suis. With tu, it's est. With il, it's est, and so on. With nous, it's sommes. Okay, very important once again that you know your auxiliary verbs by heart in the present tense. Ideally in the imparfait too. Ideally in the future tense too. But hey. Now, j'ai 2 sœurs qui sont plus âgées que moi. So I have used plus que. That makes me sound clever. Why? Because it's a comparative. I'm comparing my sisters to me, moi, okay? And the comparative is quite easy to use, put plus and then the adjective and then que. And here you've got a comparative. You're comparing 2 things next to each other together. Okay. Je suis plus petite que toi. I am smaller than you. Je suis plus grande que toi. And so on. Here, plus âgé means older, more aged than. Okay. Now, my sisters are older than me. Et j'habite, and I live against present tense. There's nothing difficult about the tenses in this answer. J'habite avec ma famille dans le sud de l'Angleterre. So try to give me more details in your answer. I live with my family where? In the south of England. Good. Do you see what I mean? So that makes your answer a bit more, spicy. There's more to it, more substance to your answer. Now, what is interesting here is the way I use depuis. Depuis is a preposition. It means since, but it can mean for as well. Try to use it cleverly. I have been living with my family in the south of England for a very long time. Okay, see how we're using that? Depuis. When you use a past continuous in English, use the present tense in French. So, I have been living, I live. I have been playing tennis, I play tennis. And then add depuis. So, je joue au tennis depuis très longtemps, for example. Okay, that adds to the difficulty of the answer. Okay. Depuis très longtemps, well, I like the fact that I have très here, use très intensifiers, très trop, they're very good to make your answer a bit more, more of a alive, I would say. I'm not sure whether it's the right thing, but you see what I mean, okay? And then I'm adding more clever things, plus précisément, more precisely. Now, adverbs are really easy to learn, okay? Especially the adverbs of manners, okay? So, I've got a whole video on how to build an adverb of manners, but they're very easy to do in that you use the adjective rapide, for example, and then you add ment to it, rapidement, rapidly. Do you see? For is strong. Use the feminine of for is forte, and then add ment, fortement. Okay, précise, précisément. Okay, so try to learn how to put those adverbs together, and that will go a long way, I'm sure. So, I live in the south, more precisely in Greenwich. Greenwich, remember, for a town or for a country, unless it's a masculine country, it's O. And to finish, je suis fier de ma famille. I am proud of my family. I've used fier here. Okay, that makes me a female, feminine, because je, of course, is here, feminine, because we are talking about me, Alexa. Okay, but of course, if you were a boy, you would say fier. Okay, that's another thing. In your answers and in your writing as well, okay, and you might spot it in the reading as well and hear it as well. So it's for all abilities here, all papers of the exam. Look at what the noun is that you're using and agree the adjective with that noun. If it's a masculine noun, then keep the word as it is. But if it's a feminine, add an E to it. It's more likely that you will add an E to it with the feminine, okay? Sometimes there is an E already, but more likely that you will add an E. If it is masculine plural, keep the word as it is, add an S. If it's feminine plural, add an E, add an S, okay? And you've got...
Okay, we will be discussing more on this and to work out the self-introduction in greater detail. I think what we have already discussed was very rudimentary, and this is somewhat more complicated and detailed. You haven't learned all the grammatical forms which have been discussed here either. So I will be giving you some more input on this later. Okay. I will also be giving you a short assignment on vegetables and fruits also, which I'll be doing with you after this. I think I will be sending you a message regarding the assignment, so you check that in a day or two. In the meantime, we will not be meeting, I think, so there will be holidays for 1 or 2 days, so you can do the assignment in the meantime. Okay, I will give you full instructions regarding that later. And also I will update the classroom, which I have not been able to make it accessible to you because I did not have all your email addresses, but I think I'll be getting them and I will update that and I will inform you accordingly. Okay? Let me take your attendance and intent. Ankush Kumar Tiwari.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Then Anusuya Das.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Arulima Mitra.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Then Ayon Mazumdar.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Deborima Shah.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Then Nilanjana Datta.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Then Nupur Dhor. Then Queenie Chitri.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Rahul Prasad.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Rajneesh Bordorai.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Rajneesh. Then Sanjukta Kumar.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Then Shobik Shah.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Then Simika Manda.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Then Shoham Shah.
Present, sir.
Thank you. Then Soumya Biswas. Srikanth.
Present, sir.
Thank you. And Sudeep Kormukar. Then Sudeepa Pal.
Present, sir.
Okay. I think that is all for the time being.